From beneath the icy crust of distant moons, moons once believed to be lifeless and inert, Cassini unveiled a secret: hidden oceans, vast and dark, sloshing silently under frozen surfaces, oceans that may harbor the building blocks of life itself. Thanks to NASA's Cassini mission, a bold and breathtaking exploration of the Saturnian system, we were granted an extraordinary portal into one of the most complex and captivating planetary realms in our solar neighborhood. For over 13 years, Cassini danced with Saturn, a gas giant of unimaginable scale, shaped by titanic storms, sculpted by invisible gravitational tugs, and surrounded by moons that whispered stories of alien seas and mysterious chemistry. It was a journey that not only redefined our understanding of Saturn, but reignited a deeper question long buried in the silence of space. Could life be closer than we ever dared to believe? Not light years away, but quietly evolving, right here in our own solar system? Let's dive deep into the ringed world's secrets, and uncover the bizarre and astonishing discoveries Cassini made while orbiting the jewel of the outer planets. After nearly 20 years of tireless operation, with 13 of those dedicated solely to Saturn, the Cassini spacecraft began running low on fuel. And NASA was faced with a decision that would mark the mission's poetic end. To avoid the slightest risk of contaminating Saturn's potentially life-sustaining moons, scientists decided to steer Cassini into a controlled descent, a final, heroic plunge into Saturn's atmosphere. It happened on September 15, 2017. Cassini entered Saturn's upper atmosphere in a fiery finale, broadcasting data to Earth until its signal faded into silence. But before its final moments, the spacecraft performed a series of daring maneuvers, nearly 20 gravity-defying dives between Saturn and its rings, collecting measurements never before possible. Cassini's odyssey began on October 15, 1997. But the journey to Saturn wasn't a direct shot. Instead, it embarked on a 2.2 billion-mile interplanetary voyage, slingshotting around Venus, twice, then Earth, and finally Jupiter, using the momentum of each to hurl itself deeper into space. This celestial choreography propelled it across the frozen reaches of the solar system, until it finally arrived at Saturn in July of 2004. A moment tense, triumphant, and unforgettable. To enter Saturn's orbit, Cassini had to pass through the edge of its rings. Risking damage from even the smallest ring particles, mission engineers turned the spacecraft's high-gain antenna toward incoming debris, transforming it into a makeshift shield. But Saturn, magnificent as it was, wasn't the only treasure Cassini had come to study. It had a moon in its sights, Titan. Larger than the planet Mercury and shrouded in golden haze, Titan is a world wrapped in mystery and potential. It was discovered in 1655 by Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens, making it the sixth moon ever observed, after Earth's and Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons. When NASA's Pioneer 11 reached Saturn in 1979, Titan's thick, frigid atmosphere was revealed, but its surface remained obscured. A year later, Voyager 1 flew within just 4,000 miles of Titan, confirming a nitrogen-rich atmosphere, but still, the veil of orange clouds remained unpierced. Voyager could only hint. Cassini came to reveal. Voyager could only hint. Cassini came to reveal. Equipped with radar and infrared imaging, Cassini saw through Titan's atmospheric fog. And it brought a companion, the Huygens probe, built by the European Space Agency. Named in honor of Titan's discoverer, the probe was designed to descend through Titan's thick air and land on the alien surface. On January 14, 2005, Huygens made history. It became the most distant spacecraft ever to land on a solid planetary body. The images it sent back were surreal. Icy ridges twisted like frozen dunes. Winding channels etched into the terrain suggested the flow of liquid, only this liquid wasn't water, but methane and ethane. Cassini's radar would later confirm vast, polar seas of these hydrocarbons, mysterious oceans under a perpetually golden sky. Titan, it turned out, has a weather cycle eerily similar to Earth's. Clouds form, rain falls, rivers carve the land, and lakes fill, and yet the substance isn't water, but liquid methane. To some scientists, Titan represents a kind of time capsule, a frozen reflection of what Earth may have looked like before life began. And that has staggering implications. Beneath its crust, Titan may even conceal a salty, liquid water ocean warmed by tidal forces and radioactive heat, a possible haven for microbial life. But unlike Earth's biology, any life on Titan might not rely on water at all. It could be based on hydrocarbons, life that would be utterly alien to us, yet alive nonetheless. In 2017, Cassini detected vinyl cyanide in Titan's atmosphere, a molecule capable of forming stable, flexible membranes in liquid methane, not unlike the cell membranes of life on Earth. It was a thrilling discovery. A molecule with potential biological purpose, drifting in the clouds of another world. But Titan, astonishing as it is, wasn't the only world Cassini transformed from mystery to marvel. Nearby, another moon quietly stole the spotlight. Enceladus. Only about 314 miles in diameter, tiny compared to Titan, Enceladus was thought to be a cold, unremarkable iceball. Until 2005. That year, Cassini flew past its south pole, and saw something astonishing. Jets of water vapor, ice particles, and organic compounds were erupting from deep fissures, colossal plumes stretching hundreds of miles into space. Imagine geysers from Yellowstone, but flung into orbit. This surprise discovery rewrote Cassini's mission playbook. Instead of just 3 scheduled flybys, NASA redirected the spacecraft for 22 close encounters with this enigmatic moon. Eventually, Cassini even flew directly through the plumes, just 30 miles above the surface. And what it found was electrifying. The geysers weren't just surface features. They came from a global subsurface ocean, hidden beneath a shell of ice 20 miles thick. Inside this hidden ocean, dark, salty, warm, are the basic ingredients for life: liquid water, heat, and organic molecules. It was a potential cradle for alien biology, right here in our own celestial backyard. Cassini couldn't detect life directly, but it offered enough compelling evidence to demand that we return. Saturn has at least 62 confirmed moons, and Cassini gave us glimpses of many, each with its own story. Rhea, Tethys, Dione, Mimas, Iapetus, each orbiting in silence, yet holding secrets of their own. Mimas, small and spherical, bears an enormous impact crater so distinct it's often compared to the Death Star. Iapetus, with its two-toned surface and towering equatorial ridge, looks like it was